Hi everybody, this is the Baseball Hut, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the People's Champion. Your host, the Hut, and welcome back to the Baseball Hut 2. And of course, hopefully you like this video. A couple of things I was thinking about. I'd really like to go to the park that the Ducks play in Islip. I was thinking if you become a member of the channel, they play at Fairfield Properties Ballpark. It's a mouthful. It's a beautiful park. If you really want to support this channel in particular, I suggest become a member of the channel, and I can use that money to get a ticket and go to the park, or just to help me out a little bit. We got memberships here. We got 2 tiers here. It's a little bit different than the other channel. Small tier and then the higher tier, the spectacular tier. Become a member of the channel. I'll be able to get to the park and maybe get a chance to talk to players and whatnot. But they won their first game. This is the Long Island Ducks, and this is from their site. Homer Party and Mound Dominance put Ducks in win column, and they lost the first 2 games to the Hagerstown Flying Boxcars on Tuesday and Wednesday. They got shut out on Tuesday, and then they lost a 3-2 game on Wednesday. But here we go. The Long Island Ducks shut out the Hagerstown Flying Boxcars 10-0 on Thursday night, and the final game of a 3-game series at Fairfield Properties Ballpark. Ducks took a 1-0 lead in the first inning when Alexander Womack reached on an infield single, stole 2 bases, and scored on a throwing error. Henry Kusiak doubled the lead to 2 of a 419-foot solo home run to center field in the third, or Flying Boxcars starter Jack Eisenbarger. Long Island then erupted for 6 runs in the fourth to extend their advantage to 8-0. A solo homer to left center by Marcus Chulia, an RBI single to right by Kusiak, and a 2-out grand slam to right by Womack did the damage. Wow. They really slugging it. It was very warm in New York, by the way. There were like plenty of home runs in Citi Field, like 4 home runs in Citi Field. So there was a lot of balls flying out of everywhere locally. Kusiak collected his third hit and third RBI of the game with a single to center, and the 6th to make it a 9-run ball game. Chua rounded out the scoring in the 7th and with his second long ball of the night, a solo blast to left. Ducks starter Nolan Cleaney, and he is a former Met prospect, a former Met minor leaguer, farmhand, earned the win with 5 scoreless innings, allowing just 1 hit and 2 walks, while striking out 4. Eisenbarger suffered a loss, surrendering 8 runs, 7 earned on 6 hits and a walk in 3 2/3 innings with 4 strikeouts. Ryan Langford collected his first save of the season with 4 perfect innings of relief, striking out 3. Kusiak led the Ducks offensively with 3 hits, 3 RBIs, and 2 runs. Womack added 2 hits, 4 RBIs, 2 runs, and 2 steals, while Chulia finished with a multi-homer night. The Ducks embarked on their first road trip of the season on Friday when they opened a 3-game series against the Lancaster Stormers, and they'll be playing at the Penn Medicine Park. Long Island returns home on Tuesday, April 28th, to begin a 6-game series against the Lexington Legends. And of course, the game time will be 6:35. That's what it is most days, other than Sunday. I guess Sunday's 1:35, I think. This is our first experience covering the Ducks every day. And I believe they play a 140-game season, and they play 6 games a week. They don't play Monday. They basically have what the minor leagues have. That's 6-game homestand, 6-game road trips, and vice back and forth. But I guess because, the first week they do a little bit different. But we will cover everything with the Ducks, try to do as much as I can with the Atlantic League. And I think this team has a pretty good shot to be pretty good. Even though they lost the first series, we'll keep an eye on this. But they weren't bad last year, and they were very entertaining last year. But it's hard to sort of say how good they are. They already lost a player, Yulin Perez. They lost him to the Mexican League on opening day. He signed the contract, so he's in the Mexican League. But that's what's great about the Atlantic League, is they have this very close relationship with the American major leagues, North American major leagues, the Mexican leagues, and those other leagues. All these leagues have to do, all these teams have to do is purchase a contract. And I've been saying about Trevor Bauer, Major League Baseball would not allow Trevor Bauer to play in the Atlantic League if there wasn't interest in him pitching in the majors, or at least in the minor leagues at some point. So I think he has a very good shot at least signing with a team or having his contract purchased by a team. So that, to me, is an interesting footnote about all this. They would never let him come back if there wasn't some kind of interest, even on the periphery, about how he pitched. He pitched okay opening day. He started out very strong. I guess he kind of fizzled out because he hasn't pitched much. He's getting to pitching shape. I would mention about him. He has not pitched well in these other leagues, but we'll see how he does in the Atlantic League, and hopefully we wish him well. And all kidding aside, you let me know what you think about this video, and of course, please subscribe to the Baseball Hut too. And again, help support this little channel out. Become a member of the channel. All funds will go into the ballpark there at Fairfield Properties Ballpark. I'm the only YouTuber, as far as I know, that cover the Ducks. Everything I do here on YouTube is always ahead of the game when it comes to everybody else. I was the first YouTuber to talk about the Mets farm system on a regular basis. First YouTuber to talk about the Mets on a regular basis. So I'm ahead of the curve, and I'll be ahead of the curve with this. There'll be plenty of people coming up behind me wanting to cover these independent leagues. These independent leagues are very important because we don't have the large minor league apparatus that we used to have, where teams had 7 teams in the minor leagues. They only have 4. And that's gone for a long time. That's why it's so important. The Atlantic League, the Pioneer League, the Frontier League are very important because there are opportunities that have been lost to a lot of players because of these lack of minor league teams. So that's why, for instance, the Staten Island Yankees, they're no longer in Staten Island anymore. They're called the Staten Island Ferry Hawks. And what happened was, I would mention, after the 2019 season, MLB signed a deal with Nike, a 10-year deal with Nike. And through that, and China, Communist China, they condensed all of the teams. So a team like the Staten Island Yankees, who had a contract with the Yankees, they lost their team. They lost their minor league affiliate. They were suing the Yankees. So I guess as a way to sort of keep things at ease, to have them connected to the major leagues, they became part of the Atlantic League. That was sort of the deal, I guess. That was very quietly pushed down the rug, but so that's why these leagues are very, very important. It's like basically following the minor leagues, like an offshoot of the minor leagues. So I'm going to cover it as much as I can. And of course, let me know what you think about this video. Hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you later.